Good morning, everybody. We're going to be doing today Perek Rabbi, 4th chapter, Mishnayot Yud Gimel and Yud Daled. Or in some books, it's Yud Bet and Yud Gimel, or maybe it's Yud Daled and Tet Vav. So for the confusion, you'll just have to look inside in the book when we do it. Rabbi Nehorai Omer. Rabbi Nehorai says, Heve Goleh Limkom Torah. One should exile themselves to a place of Torah. Don't go to a place where there's no Torah, where there's no spiritual environment for you to maintain what you've achieved and continue to grow. Don't say, it's going to come after me. I'll go first. I'll set up shop, and then I'll come. And your friends who will come after you, they will uphold you, they will keep you going, they'll inspire you with the teachings from their rabbi, from your rabbi who's abroad, from someone that you would have grown with, that they're with now, that they're coming now to you and they're going to inspire you. Don't rely on those friends to come and inspire you. And on your own wisdom, don't rely. Don't say, I could rely on my own wisdom, my own teaching to get myself inspired. That I could rely on my own spiritual environment. It's important for us to go to a place where the spiritual environment is healthy. We are always careful, especially now, to go to places which are physically healthy places for us to be. We're careful about the coronavirus, to not go to places which have germs, which are maybe infectious. Be conscious of the different places we're going to, that they should be spiritually healthy as well. We see this concept of not going to a place before there's Torah there. From Yaakov Avinu, who sends Yehuda forward. As the Mefarshim explain, he sent Yehuda ahead. Before Yaakov comes down to Egypt, he sends Yehuda to go check out the scene, to set up shop in Goshen, to set up, our rabbis explain, a Bet Midrash, a place of study, a study hall to have Torah. Because if you don't have the infrastructure set up, it's very, very hard to maintain your level, and not only maintain, but even to grow. That's even more difficult. Yudal Rabbi Yanai Omer, En biadenu, lo mishavat harshaim ve'af lo miyisurei tzadikim. We don't have in our hands the understanding behind the suffering of the righteous people and the benefit and the good and the pleasures that happen to the people that are wicked. We don't understand how you have tzaddik Veralo, you have a righteous person and it's bad for him. Or Rasha, a wicked person, Vetovlo, and it's good for him. We don't understand, we don't know Hashem's ways. Rabbi Matya ben Charash Omer, Rabbi Matya, the son of Charash, says, Heve Magdim b'shalom kol adam. You should always be the first one to say hello to somebody else with a smile. These are not just regular people. Talmidei Chachamim Gedolim used to spend. Make sure to get every single situation and interaction that they had with another person, that they would be the first one to say, good morning. Rabbi Miller used to always do it. And there, Rabbi Kamenetsky from Philadelphia, I know of several rabbis that I know of that used to do it, and they made a point of this, to always be Magdim Shalom, to be the first one to say hello to somebody else. A smile and hello can change someone else's day. There's a famous story that just popped into my head. Before I recorded this, I didn't have this in my head to say, but I'll say it because I'm an impromptu type of guy. There was once a man who worked in a butcher factory, a slaughterhouse, and there was a security guard that every day he would pass by, and this man always took it upon himself. Every day he would walk by and say good morning to the person. He'd say, thank you so much for guarding the place, or thank you so much, and good morning. And every afternoon he would leave. At night he would say, good evening, have a great night. Anyway, it happened one time that the man, he was one of the last people on his shift, and he had gone to bring some of the meat that he had finished processing. He went to put it in the walk-in freezer that they had on site. And he walked into the freezer and he placed the carcass on the hook. And he turned to walk around, and he heard a sound you never want to hear when you're in a walk-in freezer. Click. The door closed. Shut. And there was no opening on this freezer. He knew no one would be back until the morning. And by then, in a freezer, No chance. After about 5 minutes, he's banging and banging, but he knows to no avail. There's no one going to hear the sound coming from inside this thick freezer wall, freezer door. And all of a sudden he hears walking, somebody opens the door and he sees the security guard. And he said, what made you decide to come look for me? And he said, well, every single day you say good morning and you say good evening. And I just knew that it couldn't be that you left yet. So I started looking for you because I was ready to lock up and I didn't see you anywhere. And I knew you said good morning to me this morning. So I knew you were here, but I knew you hadn't left yet. So I came looking for you. The power of hello can go so far. You should be the head of the lions. You should be the tail of the lions. But don't be the head of the foxes. What does this mean? Mifrashim explained that the lion is considered the strongest, the best, the most powerful and superior of all the animals. It's better off for a person to be the lesser, but he's with the lions, than to be the best of the foxes, the smaller animals, the less powerful. What does this mean? It's a very deep concept in growth. If a person wants to grow, he should always have somebody a little ahead of him that he could look up to. If you look around, and we're talking about now spiritually, but I think this is applicable in so many areas in life. If you look around and you're the best in that area, your growth becomes stagnant. You no longer look around to grow. You are the best. I one time had a guy who used to come to my morning class every morning. And I told him, I said, the guy was able to open a Gemara, any Gemara, open it and read it. I said, for you to come to my class, it's a great thing, but you're the best guy in the class. You feel like you're, Gadol Hador. When you go to a class where you're not the Gadol Hador, you're learning maybe with Chavruta, so you have to struggle over a Gemara, you don't feel like you're the best guy in the world over there. You don't feel like you're the best. When you feel like you're the best, you're like, oh, I'm top of the world. When you feel like you're on top of the world, you don't feel a desire to grow. So Mishnah is teaching us, it's better to be the tail of the lions than to be the head of the foxes. Because the head of the foxes doesn't grow. And the purpose and function of our lives is to continuously strive and continuously grow. Have a great day and keep growing.